Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, got a post here from HBAR Tartan. I think you're going to want to see this. So he says, one of the world's largest science and technology companies, Merck Group, I think I'm saying that right, not sure, unveils trust layer solution built on Hedera in collaboration with PwC. Through Merck EMD Digital, physical products across Merck's core sectors are being transformed into secure, verifiable digital assets. He has then provided the source, and then he says Merck manages a vast portfolio of products. Life science 300,000 plus, research solutions 210,000 plus, applied solutions 62,000 plus, process solutions 15,000 plus, and healthcare 190 plus. If each individual product, in brackets vial, bottle, kit, component, etc., is tracked on Hedera, this could be huge. Indeed it could. Indeed it could. So what are we talking about here? This is more of that thing of, Hedera being used as like the trust layer, right? The trust layer of the internet. So you got to think about all these things that are being used. Kind of like the tokenization thing, right? It's like being put onto the hash graph, and it's because it's immutable data. So if they've got to check, for example, if a product is, been tested to make sure it's safe for usage and that kind of thing, it's basically all this information is going to be on the hash graph, right? And it's on the hash graph because, as I said earlier, it's immutable. So this isn't data that can be tampered with, and it's for these people who want to check certain things, like rather than having to get the paper certificate or having to manually go and look for this information, they'll be able to just check the data on the hash graph. So it's going to be a lot more fast and efficient for them. And so you've got to think, when you look at all these portfolio of products, if all these products was to be put onto the hash graph, every time things are being checked and that kind of thing, it's huge activity. So it's adding to volume, right? So yes, this is definitely something that could be huge if this whole product portfolio does get put onto the hash graph. Very impressive. Very impressive, but this is what it's here to do. Like, this is the kind of stuff as to what, the purpose that, hashgraph can serve. Like, this is exactly the kind of reason as to why they would want to use the hashgraph, right? This is the kind of thing it can do for people. And so this is, again, why when I talk about Hedera being the trust layer, this is the kind of thing that they're talking about, having that immutable data there and being able to handle high volumes of, products, etc., being utilized. Because, what you got to understand, like, for example, with Ethereum, would it be able to handle this kind of volume and activity, or would it cause scaling issues, right? Because we know in the past that's what can happen. Plus the gas fees will fluctuate. So if you have to pay a gas fee each time to check this information or that kind of thing, or modify the data or anything like that, right? Then, what kind of problem is that going to cause? You know what I mean? Like, that could be a pain and that could be costly. And it might be that you do it a few times because each time you're doing it, you're failing because the network's busy, it's congested. So this is where Hedera once again shines through. This is what we're talking about in terms of real world adoption. This is what we're talking about, huge adoption on a big scale. So I'm really impressed with this. Obviously, it's something I'll keep an eye on. We'll have to see if it definitely does go through. But the fact that this is being discussed, and I think it will go through, like, PwC as well, if you don't know, like, they've already got like a working partnership with Hedera anyway, so it might have been PwC who recommended this, which is why it's going through them as well. But yeah, like, they're very big supporters of Hedera. They've already done projects with Hedera in the past as well, so this is just them continuing to build on top of that. So at the end of the day, I do just think this is more of that huge adoption that we've been talking about. Like, this is the kind of stuff that we've been saying is going to come over the long term. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take to see everything come to fruition, but I covered a video very recently about King Solomon, who'd basically shown you that the European Union was now running on DLT. And this wasn't like no pilot or anything like that. Like, they're officially moved over to DLT now. So you've got to understand that this stuff is happening right before our very eyes. So I do think that this is going to be something that most likely will go forward. We will see. It's not a guarantee, but I think it most likely will, because this is where you're getting the benefits from this technology. It just makes sense to. So I can see why they would do it. So I've got no real reason to think that it won't go ahead. So this is one just to keep an eye on. Obviously, we'll see how things go. But if they can get that whole product portfolio onto the hash graph, yeah, that's gonna be a big deal. So great stuff to see here. More of that real world adoption, more of that enterprise adoption on a bigger scale, and another reason to be that little bit more confident in Hedera. As you can see, very impressive stuff here. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Take care.